Welcome back, everybody.
We're back. You thought we were gone, huh?
The podcast and the perspective you didn't ask for. We're back. Boys,
back.
YDP Season 2. I mean, I'll state the obvious. It is good to be back.
It is good to be
I'm sure
back.
that we all missed shooting the breeze and a bit of crap.
Getting 100 views.
10 people asked where we've been.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I think we posted our first season 2 coming soon. Post like 4 months ago. Not even that. Like 10 months ago. Like when we just know that. But it's good to be back.
Well, that's life, isn't it? And like, I think sometimes we just get a bit busy.
For sure.
You know, as you've been overseas, Jeff, likewise. Oh, you welcomed in child number 7 or 8?
17.
7 or 8 that I know of. But it's been busy.
Blessings we call it.
Yeah.
It's good that Aaron finally left West Auckland, eh?
Aaron's been
good.
on a tour of the world lately, so
Been around the world.
It's good to see you out of West Auckland, buddy.
He went to LA once and came with a Lakers jacket.
And an accent, eh?
And look, who do you think you are with your bag?
And then stopped in Australia and came with a side bag.
You got an issue.
Yeah, I went over to America for a couple of days. Just got to experience what you guys experienced at 10 years old. And
Disneyland also.
Yeah.
LA is nice, eh?
Yeah. I went over with the sole purpose of just trying out the food joints.
Have to.
Just the Chick-fil-A's and the In-N-Out. And then stop over in Australia, visit his family, and then, yeah.
What was the verdict? In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A?
Nah, Chick-fil-A. I'm a big chicken person, so.
You don't try Popeyes though, eh?
Nah, I didn't.
Yeah. I
They're
think
bringing
next time you have
Popeyes
to-
to New Zealand.
What?
Yeah.
Are you
Sorry,
sure?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Exclusive. You heard it here first.
Where did
Nah,
you
that's-
find out this information?
Silly, I can't reveal myself.
You just got told
Yeah,
from an
yeah.
inside
Tell us,
source, eh?
Jeff, what you been up to, man.
Oh man, I went to my brother recently moved to Melbourne, so went there for 2 weeks just to see him and hang out with my little niece, which was good, and then just came back and relaxed for a bit, waiting for this to commence. So it was a good rest, but I think I'm ready to get back into it and talk some smack with you boys.
Also, I always wanted to ask, like, how's the polluted air? And how's
It's
the
gross,
polluted
eh?
air
Yeah.
in LA?
It's definitely polluted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. Also, a little bit earlier in the year, Mina and I went over to Samoa and got our titles.
Yes.
Oh.
Paul also got his title.
That's right. We're gonna get to that in a
Yeah.
second. But Paul, why don't you wrap us up? What you been up to?
Nothing, man. Just been working. I think Jeff went to Oz. Chris also went to Samoa and was also in Oz too. So and then Aaron was traveling the world. Mina and I have been holding down the fort.
Yeah.
Like, you see all the work we've done here. We put in some.
Also, I was on the PPTA strikes.
We'll come to PPTA strikes. That's probably the topic I want to bring to the table. But, man, it's good to be back. I think it's been a long time coming, and it's just good to be in the studio and experience.
It was good fun filling our time with a bit of sports too. Something that we all like really passionate
For
about.
sure.
And something that we love. And shout out to everyone who was listening and engaging with us online. We really appreciate it. It's good fun. It's still there. It's gonna happen. But we heard the cries of the people.
Jeff's friends.
And they'll say, Jeff, you have trash picks.
Apparently my draft picks are so bad that we had to stop for a while. Look, I'm refreshed again. I think YDP Sports is going to start back up heading into the NRL finals. That'll be good to start it up.
So you
And
got
also
your Warriors
the-
hat on.
Also the Rugby World Cup. So yeah,
Up
I'll
the
touch
wires,
it.
baby. Let's go.
Oh, I
That was
guess,
us from the start, man.
I guess I better talk about my Wires now since it's been 2 months since I got to talk about them.
Yeah. Go on.
Since then, we've beaten the Sharks, Aaron Sharks, and
Again.
we've beaten Bulls Raiders again. So good to see the boys in the top 4. Hopefully we can carry on the momentum and bring a final back to New Zealand.
New feeling, eh?
Yeah, actually,
Not
look,
used to it, eh?
let me have it. Let us Wires fans have it. But I wanted to offer you guys an olive branch.
No,
Look,
Stop.
this
we
is
don't want it.
this
First of all, you're an uncharted waters. You
don't get to
dictate.
give these.
this is the last week you guys can hop on the wagon.
Stop.
If you guys want to hop on, you guys can hop on. But after this week, you guys aren't invited anymore. So
Well, I'll tell you what, we're 0-2 with the Wise, so I'll give them their flowers. And I
so you
think
gotta
Sharks-
hop on the wagon, or
Nah, we'll never jump on that. I was honestly
come
happy.
on, boys. We've never seen this before.
Look,
but-
we've finally been in the top 8 team in the Rabbitohs, so
Yes,
I'm gonna
yes,
respectfully
yes.
decline your offer.
Chris.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
It's a hard pass for me, but I will say I think obviously, like for all Kiwis, regardless of whether you support the Warriors or even follow the NRL, like it's good to see
The Warriors do well.
New Zealand Rugby League,
For sure.
you know,
Makes the
get its
competition
flowers.
better, eh?
Yeah, and like we've known that there's like heaps of talent, and there's been talent for years in the Warriors, and it's cool to see that come into fruition.
Yeah.
Especially
Man, it's good to see SJ do well.
it's
Yeah.
calming, eh?
Man,
SJ.
he's been a bit of he's on a journey.
Yeah,
for a
winding
bit,
back the
yeah.
clock.
It's just
eh?
good to
So
see him happy, eh? And that's the main thing.
He hasn't played
happy
this
off
well
field.
since he was in the Sharks jersey.
That's a fair point. That is a fair
Yes,
point.
eh?
But yeah, surely Dally M, eh? Dally M. We can all agree.
Yeah,
Hey.
all but wrapped up, I reckon.
Yeah, that's good.
A World Cup. Was still on from the. Sorry, we're still talking about sports and YDP sports,
Mm.
but the World Cup teams have been announced. So it's an interesting time for you to side sports. Maybe leading into the World Cup, drop some content.
Yep, for sure.
Maybe some picks for first round of the World Cup.
Mm.
But let's just go All Blacks winning.
Yeah, for sure.
No, the Manu.
Oh, what?
They
Oh.
went
Manu,
to the trap
baby.
like that again.
Manu versus All Blacks in the grand final?
The
I
Manu
did.
are like, you know, you love them, but they're just
But you don't put your money on them.
well, yeah,
You check a lazy 10 on them just
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
shits and giggles.
Tintala.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
to be clear. Let's be clear on that.
Just
Tintala.
for a bit of hee hee ha ha.
That'll
But
be
yeah,
interesting.
definitely the sports content's going to ramp
In
back
that
up,
sporting
which is
space,
good.
yeah.
Sorry, side note. I feel like if I pretend not to look at the Manu as they go into World Cup, and everyone else you do this as well, there won't be that much pressure. And then, like, out of nowhere, they're going to surprise us
Yeah,
and
yeah.
make it out of the pool.
If Jeff can just do us a
Cool,
favor
yeah.
and sleep through the Mono game, like he did the
Curse.
tour games, he'll sleep
You
through
guys
and
want
wake up
me
and
to
we
be
win.
the guru again and make a prediction?
Please. Yeah. While we're on the subject of sports,
Mhm.
I had a thought, like, so, you know, my Sharks finally beat top 8 team in the
Mhm.
Rabbitohs on
Yep.
the weekend. And it was a game where, you know, Nico Hines has been under a lot of criticism.
Right. Rightfully so, though.
Yeah, for sure. And in the time where we needed him to step up, he delivered in a big moment for us, I think
At
so.
the time you needed him most,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
showed up.
And,
Vanished.
and everyone's sort of like writing him off, and we can't beat a top 8 team, and he showed that, like, he's still him.
Right.
Yeah.
And so my question to you guys is, and I was just thinking about this before, what is your biggest I am him moment in your life
Oh,
that you've ever had?
I am him.
I am Him-othy.
I'm Him-othy
I think it's
from the Himalayas.
I think it's tough when you have those on the daily.
Now for me, I remember in high school, like we had our school's not a noted league school, and we had a sister school in Kingston, and none of it, like both our schools were in rugby schools, but we decided to, you know, form a team, both our schools, and I remember, like, I don't know what happened, but some kids from Kingston High School lit a fire on our field. Yeah, and it caused a whole lot of drama.
Yeah.
And then our coach, like, requested to verse them. And so they came to our school, and literally it was packed out with, like, our school, like, and their school. They came to watch
Packed
this
out,
game.
like, as in, like, what, 20, 50?
20,000?
Well, about, yeah, but 20,000 give or take.
Oh,
It
so
was
like a
triple
Mount
the
Smart
usual
Stadium.
attendance.
So like a Mount Smart Stadium
Yeah,
attendance.
pretty
okay.
much. And, like,
go media.
I remember
Oh, go video,
I
sorry.
remember the game clearly. Like, we were up by, like, maybe 2 tries, 3, and then our halfback he fed me the ball from about 50 out.
So 5 meters
About
out.
50 out. And then
About 50 meters
he
out.
gave it to me like full head of steam, and I ran it at their biggest guy. I remember his name was Julius.
Julius, if you're out there.
Shout out to Julius if you're
Shout out
watching.
my guy Julius.
Yeah, sorry. I ran it at him. I bowled him over and I scored. And I got up and I chopped the ball on him, and the whole school went up. Like,
Oh, man.
honestly, I felt like I was him. Like, honestly,
I can just imagine.
I can see you doing that.
I could just imagine one mean play, then they lose the game.
I thought I was Tom Malolo in that moment. But
Nah,
yeah,
that's a Him-othy story.
that's a
That
Him-othy
is.
moment.
Did you call for a sub straight away?
Did
I
you
actually
guys
wanted
win the
to take
game?
Yeah, we won it.
Was that the game-winning try?
Was that
or-
the-
Nah,
turning
we scored
point?
I think another 2 after
Oh
that.
yeah, after that try, all the momentum.
But then
was on
I
your
started
side,
wanting to take the goal kicks from the sideline.
Oh
Like,
no! Oh no!
That's every.
Your head got too big, eh?
Yeah.
That's every front row's dream, eh?
Your head
To
got
make
too
a
big.
mean run and then kick some goals.
that was my Him-othy moment.
Nice.
Jeff, I already know your Him-othy moment.
What is it?
11 tries.
11 tries in 3B.
Freebie.
Auckland Rugby 3B competition. And,
Auckland 1C, all right, 1C.
7th division.
Against the North Shore School.
under 80
rich,
kgs.
rich school. 6 tries. Yeah, that's my Him-othy moment.
That's gotta be, eh? Like, just be honest with us. Like, did you actually think, like, bro, I'm the man?
Like,
Oh,
Or were you
I'm
trying to
going
be
to the Blues.
oh.
or even humble gang,
I
humble
was,
gang.
just humbles, you know what? I was trying so hard not to, get a big head, but
But that smile
It's
it's
just-
just gotta have popped up on your face.
of course it
goes
does.
cheek to cheek, eh?
Of course.
Not the front ones.
At what point?
Sorry.
At what point did you think to yourself like, is this a dream? Like, surely it would have had that kind of feeling in the
Well,
moment.
the work I put in the off season. I went into that preseason. It was a preseason game.
Yeah.
I went into a preseason game, the fittest I've ever been, the strongest I've ever been, the smartest I've ever been, footy wise.
Nice.
I was mature, and I expected that
Seasoned
from
vet.
myself,
Yeah.
and I executed.
I'm him.
I spoke it into existence, and it happened.
Nice. Yeah.
So just a tip for our listeners out there: manifest it, and it will happen.
Let there be 11 tries.
There was 11 tries against you guys. Bro, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I have these constantly. It's like it's giving me main character vibes.
Yeah, it's
And,
giving,
You know,
okay.
I'm just telling you. But mine aren't like big, great Him-othy moments like that. It's just like, hitting a. I remember I help out with our school's basketball team, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Coach Carter.
And I was and they were practicing. I don't know what drill they were doing, but I turned around. The ball somehow found its way to me. Have you seen that video of Steph Curry chucking the ball to his dad?
Yes.
It was
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
and I just put it up, and then I turned around straight away and walked off. On brothers, sunk it, ding, and you could hear everyone go, "Oh!" And I walked off, and then I left. I didn't even go back to the train. I was done.
And you walk down and you're like, thank you. Honestly,
That was one of my Him-othy moments. If my students are watching this, I'm telling the truth.
Yeah. Is
Hey,
he?
you had one of those Him-othy moments at Synergy, eh? Remember
Yes.
earlier in the year?
Yes.
Remember
That
against
run,
you,
eh?
against you guys.
When I see this
And
guy on
this guy
skates.
went off. He went off. I couldn't believe it.
Was Chris on fire?
He
Was
was
he?
on fire.
Oh,
like,
I was
no
on fire.
lie.
Wait, sorry. There's the other one. It was kind of like okay, relax. I was in Brisbane a few months ago. And I went to get a haircut, and the guy, one of the usos, was kind of here. He's like, "Oh, so have I seen you on the podcast?" I said, "Nah, not me."
One of our 100 viewers.
Humble flex.
One of our 100 viewers. We appreciate
so
you.
shout out to that also. And I can't remember the
barber shop.
location,
Wait, was the haircut good?
bro. Okay, this is all I'm gonna say. It was one of the cleanest fades. It took ages, but
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
one of the cleanest fades I've had in a minute.
But you'd prefer they take their time, no way.
Not as long as this took. But yes, I think now I appreciate a little more attention to detail.
Yeah.
It's-
Yup.
The hair is starting to not
Yeah.
find its way back to my head. Not the regeneration. It's just
You weren't
not
doing
happening.
those
The hair
those
follicles.
generous. Does it look good? Yeah. You're doing those timid. Yeah, it's all right. They bring the mirror out and show you the back. It's like, yeah, seki.
I feel like I reached the milestone about 2 weeks ago when I went for my most recent haircut, and the guy said, "Is that good?" I said, "Nah, else. Can you just fix up this?" And I was like,
No way. You did
I'm a
that.
grown up.
Conjured up the
I'm a
crowd.
grown
Wow.
up. I'm a grown ass
Yeah.
man now.
Wow.
That's
Nah,
what-
I think once, when you see the value of your money, like going to the patient, every cent counts.
Oh,
eh.
I still don't think I have the balls to do that.
Is this a
A
guy you
40
normally go to, or
Yeah.
A $30 haircut, you have to speak up.
Right.
That's
what? $30 haircut. I just let it slide. Whatever they do.
you
Whatever.
got too much money. Then.
If it's $50, I'm
Man,
like, oh, can you
that's-
just?
This
you
is a
fix
man
this
with
up?
no kids, no responsibilities.
Actually,
over
no,
here.
you can't pay here $30 anymore.
Yeah, they're 50
like-
minimum.
Yeah, 50
Yeah.
minimum. But is it? I don't know. I guess for us, it's worth it. It makes us feel confident
You don't realize the power of a haircut
for sure.
for men. Hey.
Yeah.
It's just like when females get their nails done and their lashes or whatever. Eyebrows.
Eyebrows and
about that. Nah, that's
speaking to my heart right
But
now.
with the right barber, it's also very like
Mhm.
therapeutic. Like it's like therapy session. So.
Yeah, and you guys can testify to this. Sitting in a chair, and the barber doesn't talk to you, and it's
Mm.
like
That's
25 to 30 minutes of just silence.
Yeah.
Just saying like,
that's tough.
It's just-
Bo, your Him-othy moment?
I don't really have one. Oh, nothing that comes to mind.
Come on, in your illustrious rugby career, you played for every club under the sun. There's got to be a moment in there.
Nah, there was maybe in the younger days when I was playing. We played a game against TC. I think it was under 16s, and we were getting smashed, and then we were able to get a comeback. And then I scored the last 2 tries to come back.
Yeah,
And
see?
then one of my best mates missed the kick to go ahead. So
Oh.
we came back, and then we were
So
behind
that-
by 1 point. I scored a try in the dying minutes of the game, and then he went to kick it like not far, maybe like 10 meters, 10 meters out from the goalpost, and he like shanked it.
So those
but it was-
two tries were a let go, Leo.
Yeah, it was the story we didn't win the game, but that's probably from the top of my mind. That's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
a game that always stands out. Right?
Grizzly.
Do you reckon we should have asked Mina how his holiday was? I feel
Matua.
bad. He's just.
Matsua,
Slips. What's new with you, brother?
if you want to jump on the mic,
Jump on the mic, bro.
Four kids. Wow. Jeez, mate, you haven't been wasting
You
time.
move fast.
Yeah.
Good on you. Nah, I like that question. I guess I'll follow up with mine. So, I was chatting with some of my students today, and we were doing some work and whatever, and then they were like, "Oh man, ask it if it knows who I am." I was like, "What are you guys doing?" And they're like, "Oh, we're on the AI chatbot thing," and they love it, eh? And then we got into this conversation about, I was like, "Oh, so you guys just jump on there straight away?" And they're like, "Yeah, pretty much." And it just writes like everything for us. We just ask it a question and it writes it. And I was thinking about, man, remember when like Googling it was a thing?
Right.
And it was like amazing, right? Coming out like 50,000 results of whatever you're looking for. Things have changed and times have changed. I'm like, I don't know if you guys have been looking into it as much while we've been off, but
Right.
like the impact of AI on, I guess, just society as a whole.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and to be honest, have you guys been jamming it a bit, looking into it? I looked into the Google one,
Yep.
makes the soundtracks.
Yeah.
Shout out to DJ Fix. He sent me a clip and he said you can give up now.
Yeah.
And then but like, you know, and he had typed in the description. I mean, it wasn't great, but like the fact
Yeah.
that it could, you know, you could type in a description of a kind of song that you want and it would come up with a beat
Yeah.
like
really?
AI is scary
That's scary.
that. Yeah.
because in the future it's gonna replace so many people's jobs,
Mm.
right? I remember when AI was first coming out, and there was this one where you type in a description and it gives you a picture of
Yeah.
what you typed in. I remember when I was talking to you guys about that, and I found that scary because a lot of artists and stuff are fighting against AI. Even production companies for movies, Hollywood, they're going on strike against AI because it's taking a lot of people's jobs, and it's taking away creativity as well. I think in a way, because we can all attest, like when we have no ideas or when we're blank on something, we can just go on GPT and sorry, I was a little bit of a tongue twister.
That's the Samoan version.
Chat GPT, and we could literally type in what we want to find, and it comes up with so many different ideas. So like even I know of personal trainers now that are starting to lose their jobs because of AI. People are getting training programs from there. Yeah, that's crazy, eh?
Oh yeah, and we've seen it happen in schools too. Like in the last, I've noticed it in the last like couple months. Our kids been catching on to it, but also teachers as well, jumping on it and using it as for planning and writing reports
reporting.
Like you can do so much on it. It's crazy, hey.
The man, like I don't know what it's. I haven't actually tried it.
Really?
I still haven't. Yeah,
you're missing out, bro.
You are missing out.
I actually haven't tried it. I haven't been following it as much. I do know that people have been using it, or students have been using it in class, with assessments and stuff too. Because we've come on the back of COVID. Every kid has a laptop.
Right.
So they all by default have access to these websites.
And they're savvy, like they know how to use it.
Yeah, and they know. So and a lot of the assessments we were running are online.
Right.
So how easy is it to just copy and paste whatever it is that the AI gives you, or you just type in the questions into your AI, and then copy and paste it into your assessment, submit it straight away.
So as teachers, what are your guys' view on AI? Chat GPT, sorry.
I don't know if this was a thing maybe when Google came out, but I feel like they would have done the same thing. Like they would have said the exact same thing.
Right.
About because we would have been at school in and around the time where Google was accessible.
Yep.
Where you could just jump online and look at things. I think if I remember correctly, back in like primary, you had to use like encyclopedias and Internet Explorer.
Right.
Is that still a thing?
The information is not new.
Yeah.
Well, some of it could be because it could be altered, but the process and how you get it and access it has definitely changed with AI. But for like in terms of teaching, so when Google was big a few years back, turn it in was a thing.
Right.
So you could submit any assessment,
you could see if it was,
and you can see if it was plagiarized or copy and paste from. It gives you like a score,
right?
A percentage of plagiarism. There's a I've heard, or our schools are using. There's a AI turn it in. Yeah, equivalent to turn it in. So we're trying, but we're still trying to see how that works.
Yeah.
So we haven't completely. Because there are specific AIs that are untraceable.
Yeah.
So like, and students know this, and they're able to access it.
And they can manipulate it in a way that because
if you change one word or a few words in a sentence from that your AI write up that you get, it'll be like very hard to detect.
Yeah.
Like get it to write you an essay, right? And if a kid submits it to me, as a teacher, I'm aware of how that student can write and their ability, right? True. But in saying that, they can also manipulate AI to say write this as if it were a 14-year-old.
Right.
Yeah, like they can do this. So there's ways around it, and
then the last check is verbal conferencing.
Yeah,
like you pull them aside and you be like, "Can you explain to me what it is?
What's up?"
But the thing is, like, if most students are using AI in a classroom, can you really do that every single? Wouldn't that take so much time away from you guys? If you have to verbal conference them all the time.
Yeah, but I'm of the view that let's look at how we can use it to benefit our people, like as opposed to looking at it as this big bad. Yeah. And I think because that's a way of keeping us doing things the way we've always done it, right? So I think that if we look at it with
as a tool,
as a tool and with open mind, with an open mind, I think that it would actually really, and it's made to benefit people.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think
it
it's
is.
made to.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
same way the calculator was,
Right.
was made
Man,
to help
it benefited John Morant, didn't it? He literally got his apology from when he was caught with the firearm for the second time
Yeah.
from the chat or GPT.
Yeah.
And he literally
So-
copied and pasted it.
But what do you think? Because I hear a lot of cons about AI.
Yeah.
The fact that it's going to take over jobs. The
Yeah.
people are scared it's going to take over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What do you think are some pros? Obviously, apart from like, helping you teachers come up with certain ideas or reports and
marking my
not
essays.
sorry, not I'm not. This is not a personal attack on teachers, but it does help a lot of people with information, right? Because it does provide you with a lot. You don't need to go on Google anymore, like what you're saying. So, what do you think the pros are of AI? Like, is there something that you're looking forward to in terms of AI, or are you just thinking, it's just the way it is, I just have to live with it?
I think like what we're saying is using it as a tool to help, because I think that in the same, we could say that like kids can write papers or generate essays like that.
Right.
I think it can also help us to generate ideas, right? I've seen it on the other side of it where teachers are using it to plan, right? Using it to break down differentiation, how they can help students at different levels of learning and within a class. Like,
Right.
so I've seen the side to it that is quite innovative.
Right.
And
Does
I'm sure
that take
there's
away thinking though? Does that take away someone's ability to be creative themselves and to think of a way to run your class or a way to do something?
Does a calculator take away thinking? I mean, you
Yeah,
still
yeah,
have to
for
know
sure,
how
for
to
sure.
use, and you still have to understand the process. Like, if you're just slamming things into Chat GPT and being like, "Well, here you go," and you're not actually looking through. Like, I've used Chat GPT before, and I've looked through it, and some of the stuff has been incorrect
Right.
and wrong, right?
Yep, that is true.
And
It's not
so,
always correct, eh?
Yeah, I don't think it. I mean, well,
Yeah. There,
what do you reckon?
there are dangers to it too, eh?
Mm.
When you become more so reliant on
Yeah,
that information.
to
But
think for you, eh?
we are with Google anyways.
Right.
Hey, so but the thing is, like, we have to like Chris said, use it as a tool to actually and see it as a tool too. Because if we continue to shield or shelter our kids from it,
Right.
like they're just gonna find ways to use it anyways.
Right.
So the important skills that students need to understand, we can still teach in the classrooms with
Right.
teachers. Yeah, like how to and it's a lot of things that you can't get on AI. I would challenge any kid to read that whole essay that they had to copy and paste through it and see if they understood everything that they said.
Right.
Yeah, like so there are ways that you could work around it just to get that same level of understanding and learning, but you can't take away the important skills that you could that needs to accommodate AI.
Do you remember when? I don't know when it was, but do you remember when Google it just became
Yeah.
like your natural
Google it.
response?
Yeah.
Google
Right.
it. Like, when the hell did that happen? What year did that?
Personally, when I think of AI, I think of Ready Player One, the movie,
Yeah, really.
right? And like, that's like what I hope it doesn't get to, because in Ready Player One, it's a movie where the real world reality is messed up, but they go into this escape in the oasis. They call it the oasis, right?
Like
So it's
metaverse?
so it's an escape for many people in reality.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it doesn't get that far where, reality is this messed up place and we have to get into this oasis, this AI world, so that we can have a certain perception of reality, if you get what I mean. But it would be cool to also get to that place where you can also meet people online and like
And do what?
because in Ready
Meet
Player
singles
One,
in your area.
in Ready Player One, they're like interacting in terms of game modes and stuff like that. So I think that would be cool, but just not, hopefully not reality or
virtual reality. Over here.
Either way,
Chris, you're
if-
sick.
Either way, if we don't if we don't educate ourselves about AI, and if we don't keep up, you're gonna be left behind.
Right.
The saying
You're gonna be
is,
left behind.
if you don't ride the wave of change, you'll soon find yourself under it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's
And-
me because I have zero knowledge of what you guys are talking
We're
about.
currently under the wave.
when you guys say AI, I'm thinking of Allen Iverson the whole time.
He literally Googled, what is AI?
Aaron's still about the hard yakka.
Yeah, it's
just
better,
hard money.
living an honest life.
But
Making
hey,
it honest
I
living.
mean, we've been using AI for some time now.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
every day.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, like I mean, what is it like? Text prediction, autocorrect,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
is
yeah.
it's already
Just small forms of it, eh?
yeah.
But it feels like GPT has taken it to a
The
whole
next
nother
level.
level. And I guess it's making people,
What
some people are
Sorry.
scared, some people are excited.
Mm.
It just depends on your perception of AI. Really, you decide.
Now, what about the Zuckerberg Musk battle that's going
Bro,
on?
are they actually gonna have a fight?
I don't know. but
Hopefully they
that
do.
New Twitter is crazy here. The X.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's not a bird anymore, eh?
Yeah, they've
they've rebranded.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Aaron, are you living
I'm
under
so
a rock?
out of the loop. I have no
But
idea
this is
what
why we have these discussions to keep you in the loop.
And then, man, see what's happened since we've last caught up.
It's been a lot of things.
Threads has come out,
Yeah.
Yes.
which is the Insta version of Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
and then Twitter
Rebranded.
Twitter rebranded to X.
And
It's just X.
It's just
just an
But
X.
like, what are you writing? A tweet or a X? And if you write
Oh,
three
so,
of them,
so literally the new logo is an X.
if you write 3 tweets,
but what usually comes after an X?
Wait, what happens after 3 X's?
you're undecisive.
Wait,
It's good to be back.
the question is who would win in a fight? Zuckerberg or
I'm
Elon
backing
Musk?
bro.
I'm backing.
Oh,
no,
no,
it's
actually-
Zuckerberg.
Bro, I'm
Zuckerberg
backing,
is this
I'm,
guy.
I'm backing Zuckerberg.
Who's he been training with?
Some
He's been training
UFC.
with Adesanya.
Adesanya,
He's been
man.
training?
You should see
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
Isn't
He's
Zuckerberg like?
ripped.
Doesn't he have a what is the what is jiu-jitsu
Yes. You
Like-
should see
Wow.
his-
Belt.
belt? Some of like black or white or something. I don't know.
But you
it's
know
a-
where they're meant to fight?
where?
Colosseum.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
they're trying to fight in the Colosseum. That would be sick, bro.
Stupid.
Well, it's stupid, but you know they're bringing it back just for these two.
I can't wait to see two pasty ass white
Zuckerberg
billionaires, billionaires fight each other.
What do you think they'll put on the line? Because money is not going to do anything for
They
them.
don't care about that. I think they're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
It's just your pride, eh?
well, it's
Yeah,
like
it's
when
a
you got
grudge,
nothing to
like
do when
just
you're
a-
rich.
Whoever wins,
When you're that rich, why not have a fight?
maybe give up Threads or X.
Mm.
Nah. Yeah, I doubt it. But imagine for what is it, Meta?
Yeah,
For
Meta.
Metaverse, say, what if you had to give it up?
Well,
Oh.
Meta is
And then-
already on a downward spiral anyway.
Mm.
The last time I seen, so
I haven't even heard much about it, but
yeah, it's just like that wave. Like what do you call those things that people are NFTs?
NFTs, didn't you buy one? Or
No,
I'm sure this
Jeff
guy was
bought
like,
one.
Jeff was like, buy NFTs, buy NFTs.
I've never
Trillionaire
bought an
thugs.
NFT ever.
He was still in the trillionaire thugs guy. Both of you guys are telling us to buy.
I was,
You guys got
Bo
caught.
was promoting it.
Bo was like, oh, I want to buy one of these.
Invest your money. SP100.
Yeah,
Not an
S&P
None of these-
500.
S&P.
none of these
500.
NFTs and
Bro, NFTs. That's the greatest rug pull. One of the greatest rug pulls ever. Got him.
I
Like-
remember when all our conversations was on NFTs.
Bro, it was NFTs for ages, eh?
Yeah.
Every
And-
time we'll see some, oh, that's gonna be a new NFT.
And like some kind of like fake cryptocurrency that Jake Paul made or Logan
Yeah,
Paul
yeah.
or whoever it was. So there was all like these, rug pulls where they're like, invest all your money, and then like they just pull it all out, and everyone loses money.
Yeah.
What, in your opinion, and doesn't have to do with NFTs or cryptocurrencies, but what is the greatest garden moment that you've ever
Ooh.
that's happened to you? Like you've been on the receiving end of
man.
like, got him.
I've got a good one for this.
Yeah.
You know those so I got scanned by JB Hi-Fi.
Did you see it? Oh no, it
On
was
the-
Dick Smith. Dick Smith.
No, it was JB Hi-Fi, right? So
Yeah.
they were giving out a speaker, JBL speaker for $2.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, that's a mean deal. I was like, bro, JBL speaker for $2. You know, one of those big ones. I was like,
Yeah.
nah. But I just tried my luck anyway, right?
Yeah.
Put in my card details because I thought it looked legit. Like the JB Hi-Fi site, it looked legit. And this is the first and only time I've ever been scammed, by the way. I put my card details in. The next morning, ANZ rings me.
Yeah.
My bank rings me up and goes, oh, there's been some suspicious activity in your account. I was like, hey, open it up. Mine, $100 was gone. I was like, hey, where did that go to? And then he's like, someone has scammed you. We're going to try and get your money back. I was like, oh, bro, my heart was just sunk there, eh? Because that was my last 100, so.
Stop
But
right
how good is it that banks try and get their money
Yeah.
back for you?
now.
So
They don't have to, eh?
Yeah.
they don't have
Because
to.
it was your own.
But it
Stupid.
is in their best interest
Yeah.
that the
For sure.
customers keep their money.
But the
Oh, man, that was funny.
if it's too good to be true,
Yeah.
then it's
That
not
is,
true,
yeah,
eh?
exactly,
Like,
for sure.
That's
I
the
learned my
golden
lesson.
rule for any scam, eh?
Oh man, I was so good up to that point. I think I just really wanted a speaker for summertime, and I fell for that.
$2.
$2
Oh.
for what are they called? Boombox or something.
Yeah, the JBL booms.
JBL.
Do you guys have one?
I don't even think mine's as bad as that, but it is to do with a speaker as well. I bought a speaker from the mall. I remember buying it from the mall. You know those little pop-ups in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah, she got me good, eh? It was like $80 for. It was a speaker that you can play in the shower, and it only plays if you like pin it up against something.
Yeah.
So you put it up against the wall, and it'll like play your music for you. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is mean. And I'll put it up, and it'll just drop like every 30 seconds. It will fall on the ground. I was like, you punk. Bro, got me a
Got
beauty,
him.
eh? Like, yeah, $80.
Uh,
Is it one of those Asian stores in the middle of the mall?
No, it was just like those pop up, like, hey, like, you know, and then
Oh,
they'll
man.
demonstrate it for you. They'll put it on something, and they'll like, oh, they'll play, and then you take it off, the music stops.
Were you trying to walk past and they come up to you like, hey, do you want to buy
Nah, I was actually like into it, eh? Like, it looked pretty good. And then I was like, oh, bro, this looks mean. And then in the
To put in your shower.
but I just like you realize when they show you like in the mall, they're not playing it over water, you know, like,
Right.
in the, so like they'll just pin it up and it's playing. But they say, yeah, it's waterproof. You can play in the shower. It's for the shower. So put in the shower, put it on.
Man,
the
you
thing.
really like seeing in a shower, don't you?
Yeah, got me a beauty, eh? Wasted $80.
$80.
Yeah. But then like
Got
eventually
him.
I saw it in like those Chinese shops like later
later.
on. Yeah.
Man.
But what's your greatest garden moment?
The I almost fell for the you have a
You have a
The-
package.
You have a package.
no the what's it called, the one that
Collect call.
The
the collect call,
And a call from overseas, eh?
call from overseas, and that you had to something like a virus or something, and I needed an antivirus, and they were gonna do it for me.
oh no.
Bro, I got right to the last thing, and then but because they kept calling,
Yeah.
they kept calling my home, and then I got suspicious. Then but I almost fell.
But you never
Nah,
been scammed?
Didn't you
never
get done
got
by
garden.
Dick Smith?
Oh man.
I did get.
Why you just say I don't
we
have?
were
I've never
talking-
been done.
Actually, yeah, we were talking about PS4 controllers earlier, and like during lockdown, like we just went into lockdown, and our PS4 controllers were like they were no good.
right.
And then I kept asking Aaron, it's like, oh, just buy one online. And then I went to Dick Smith. There was and then and then I paid the thing and never got anything.
Wait, you didn't get your controllers?
Nah, I didn't get controllers. I didn't get my money back. I
Dick
didn't
Smith-
even bother like following
I
it up.
thought Dick Smith
Dick
were
Smith
good.
was still waiting.
Apparently they had they only have online orders. but
Yeah. Yeah.
They-
all
Yeah,
almost.
I
they've
didn't
like-
just the online.
I always read the reviews after you've made the
You
purchase.
made the purchase,
and
eh?
everyone's like, do not buy, do not buy,
Oh
do
man,
not buy. I'm still
that's
waiting
another
for
rookie
more.
mistake.
But yeah,
Gotta
that's-
read the reviews before.
Gotta read the
Mhm.
reviews.
Maybe that's what got me to the JBL speaker. I read the reviews and it was only 5-star
Wait.
reviews.
What was it on? Like you surely were.
It was like
scrolling
a
social
I
media.
think it was a Facebook ad thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I saw
Oh,
that
man.
the outstanding fine one. The agent. What's the new?
Oh
Zealand-
yes.
The
Yeah.
Kutahi.
Yeah,
Um,
NZTA.
It looks
Yeah,
legit,
see that
man.
you have an outstanding like fine of and it's like $1 or something, and I asked for your. Nah, yeah, I got the text the other day, but I knew straight away because no one's gonna like message and ask for $1.
Check up on $1. Yeah,
check up
yeah.
on
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's by the New Zealand Transport
New Zealand
Authority.
Transport, and they're and they've put out announcements about the.
I saw it. Yeah. No, speaking of transport authorities, I was in Samoa recently, and we hired a car. And then I get there, I said to the guy, "Can we get a temporary license? Like we do this,
Yep.
you know, you
Right.
just get a temporary license and whatever." He goes, "We don't issue temporary licenses." And then I said, "So who does?" And he said, "The LTA,
LTAs. Yep.
Land and Transport Authority." And I said, "Well, where are they?" And he said, in Vaikele. This is like
Yeah.
30 minutes from where we are.
Yep.
He goes, "You got to go there." So I don't know if I was high at the time, but is it crazy that they can issue the car, but then I then have to drive the car unlicensed all the way 40 minutes to the LTA to then sit in line and then get a is that weird?
That's the same thing as when Aaron showed up to his restricted when he drove by himself.
no.
He drove himself to
He
his
drove himself
restricted-
to his
That was
restricted
gold,
test.
man.
Yeah, they don't even check. So yeah.
Nah, bro, but people have done that though, and they've got. I remember a guy got done it out.
Done for that.
Yeah.
Wait, you have to get a what? A temporary license.
You have to get a temporary license, but at the time,
Is
only
your New
that,
Zealand license not
not
valid
in
there?
Samoa.
What?
No, it's not. You got to get a temporary Samoan license.
I thought it was any like full license.
You take a full license, and then you get a temporary driving Samoan permit.
How
Sorry,
much does it cost?
20 tala or less.
True.
Did I just not do that, or
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
didn't
you
do that.
probably
Yeah.
did. You were driving illegally.
oh wow?
So you have to get a temporary license, right?
Well, they gave me the car.
No,
Yeah.
but usually the car hire place, right, the vehicle place will
Right.
give you the license because you could. They usually issue them, but right now the Land and Transport Authority are issuing them.
Yeah.
But my
Yeah.
my big problem was like, so people are driving illegally
To
get
and
here.
from yeah.
because there's no way like
Yeah,
you can only
because
get
what
this
if a cop
one.
pulled you over, on your way
That's
there?
what I was thinking. I was like, well, if I get pulled over, I'm gonna get a fine, but I'm going to.
to get the license.
And I love. That's why I love Samoa because you know there's just things that don't make sense, but people just carry on.
Just carry
Yeah.
on.
But speaking of Samoa, fellas, I know earlier in the year you guys celebrated a milestone. Shout out to everyone who watched our
Little-
brothers get their makais
Yes, sir.
and our vlog on YDP, our YouTube channel. Yeah, what was that? Just briefly before we close up, what was that experience like, and how's it changed your life financially?
Or has it changed? Or has it changed your
I'm
life?
still yet to put my title to use. Yeah, it was good. It was a good experience. It's good to live out one of the the long dreams. Something that I've been wanting to do. I actually wanted my dad's Makai title, but found out that I can't have his title whilst he's still alive. And he's still with title.
Yeah,
Right.
So, but yeah, like in terms of the day, it was good. It was a great experience. It was long, like everyone else said, sitting for like 4 hours straight. It was good. It was good overall. Good holiday. And
Nice.
Mina caught the bug while he was there, tummy bug.
with the
He
love
was out
bug.
for 3
Love
days.
bug.
But yeah, it was a good experience. Bolden, you didn't get to come with us, but still got your title. And we celebrated you when we got back.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel it any differently?
You
Does
feel
that-
like you have
I
mana?
feel like a higher up. Like
I feel like I'm better than everyone.
And saying that, can you just grab us?
talk to me with some respect. Nah, yeah. It's good.
Yeah,
That's
like in
good.
terms of the title, yeah, I didn't travel like Aaron said. We had a family funeral just before, and so we were stuck here. We had already booked and planned, but then we couldn't go. So, but just seeing Aaron and Mina that day, watching through the lives and then getting the photos later, I was just I was proud
Yeah, for
because
sure.
if you know Aaron and Mina, they're not the like you,
Yeah.
like you. Obviously, they're Samoan and stuff, but they're not
Right.
really, in the in
You're trying to stay.
This feels like a backhanded compliment.
Yeah. You're trying to say plastic without saying plastic.
I'm not gonna say plastic, and I'm not, but like they were the last
And I
people
get what you mean. Yeah.
that I would have thought would get the titles, but then that day was like I was actually like fighting back some tears, just like watching like Aaron and them couple of people and actually take up the titles. And I know what it meant for their families and especially their parents as well. So like and for our whole family.
I think a lot of the time, just in general, Fat Lavis and Fat Samoa get a bad rap, and watching that and watching that journey for you guys as your friend, I think it was nice to see the beautiful side of it and that
For sure.
embracing your culture,
For sure.
carrying that and taking up the mantle of being leaders. And as well as serving in your family, and I think that's essentially what it comes back to. And it was same thing here. I was really proud. Wish we could have been there. We're with my wife's family, but beside the point, it's neither here nor there.
You're
Yeah.
gonna get stuff.
It was definitely cool to see. As someone who's not too deeply into the culture, it's definitely different from I've never seen something like that before. So that was my first time seeing it and the whole ceremony and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
I like that we're different, and if
for
I
sure.
think if we look ahead to season 2, what are we thinking? What is different? What can our YDP faithful expect to see different? What can they expect to see the same? And a bit of reflection on looking ahead to season 2, boys.
yeah, I think first off, our setting's a little bit different already. We're sitting on couches now, which is a little bit more relaxing, and it's kind of what I wanted anyway going into season 2, is something more relaxing where we can sit down and just have a chat. This year we wanted to have a lot of guests on, and that's what our target was for season 2. But I felt like that was giving us a little bit of it definitely gave me some anxiety thinking about trying to sort out guests and bringing them on. Not saying that we're never gonna have guests on, but I just want the focus to be us and having a chat so that people can listen to and people can unwind to, whether it's serious chat, whether it's banter, whatever it is. It's just a group of guys getting together and just talking about things. So that's kind of what I saw this season as, is just going back to our roots and what actually got us started in the first place. I think coming into season 2, it was feeling like a chore almost coming to record these, so I kind of want it just to be natural and organic again.
Nice, I like that, fellas.
You pretty much said it perfectly. That's when it came to the end of season 1, we were thinking of ways to better our stuff, and obviously Jeff said it before. One of our goals were to get guests on, and also like he said, it became almost a chore to come in and try and think of new ways to better ourselves on with our content and on the pod. Ultimately, we just needed to get back in here because we were putting it off for so long.
Yeah, for sure.
And I like the idea of this right now. Just getting back into it, and a lot of our viewers love us for our authenticity. Just we're not Insta famous. We're not influencers. We're just a couple of lads who talk real stuff. No, except for Chris, who was noticed in Brisbane. He's a celebrity in Brisbane. But yeah, it's just after seeing a few of those sort of comments and just talking to a few people that they just miss us being online to see.
For sure. They just miss my face.
Yeah, that kind of made me realize miss the space,
right,
and miss the honest chats that we have, and ultimately I think that's what separates us from a lot of pods who rely on celebrity guests.
But don't get me wrong.
We're just we're just a group of lads who love to have a chat.
I wouldn't say we're gonna rule off. Guests, but just for this part, like, I think we plan to have guests. We planned our season 2, and it's gonna be driven by like our different guests that we bring on. But I think we like kind of stripped it back and just thought, why don't we just continue what we were doing season 1 for a bit, see how we go. But starting was the most important thing for us. For season 2, I'm excited because there's no, we have a feel of what it's like, and we've covered some tough topics in season 1 that we can revisit, I think, because a lot of our views would have changed and some of the stuff that they're going through. But there's a lot that we could do more.
Right, for sure.
And season 2 will allow us to try new things and try new ideas.
Definitely room for improvement,
see what works. And man, if you have any ideas that you would, or things that you would want us to do or try, man, just let us know. Comment in the comment section. But season 2 is definitely going to be a journey, and I'm happy we're starting. And
it'll be cool for season 2 to be more interactive, with people. Like what Bo was saying, we would love to know what you guys want us to talk about. You know, even if you got a question that you don't know an answer to, that we can chime in and try and give you an answer
Chuck
to.
it in AI.
Chuck it in GPT. But just we want it to be more interactive, and we don't want it just to be our chat. We want it to be everyone's chat, even the ones that listen to it.
Yeah, I think that Jeff, you mentioned it earlier, and Jeff loves just hanging out with the guys. just guys.
Chilling with the lads.
the boys.
I'd love to hear a woman's perspective. I'd love to sit down and chat with a female, whoever it would be. I'd like to have that voice represented here on YDP.
Sure.
This season, and
not political at all. Just
we need that female voice here.
We've covered heaps of,
especially to cover, and I quote what Jeff said: "Netball's a dying sport." Just in case you forgot.
I was dying in New Zealand because all friends finished 4th.
After that World Cup, I mean,
the lowest they've ever ranked.
Jamaica, man.
You got him.
I knew it from but at the end of the day, you never want this, and we said right from the outset, we never want this to feel like a chore. This was always a space where we felt that we could come, and actually a place that we could refresh.
Right.
In every other part of life, in a lot of our lives, we're giving, and we were driving around just before we were shooting, and Aaron was knocked out of the car. Right? And I know that feeling. He's just out. He's so good. And we give so much to our work and to our social lives and heaps of these other spaces. And I've always hoped that YDP could be a place where we could feel rejuvenated and reinvigorated.
Yes, that's a word.
That's a word. If that's not the feeling that we're getting here, then we're doing something wrong. And so it's nice to come back in here to season 2. It's nice to feel refreshed. It's nice to just catch up with you boys, and we're really excited for the season. And as always, in case you forgot, YDP is the podcast that provides you with the perspective, especially the ones you didn't ask for. Please, fam, like, subscribe, share, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. We're now on Facebook. So if your mom and dad and auntie and uncle who likes to go live, someone add Aaron's dad on our Facebook.
Can I just say something quickly before we finish? Aaron and I are currently versing each other this week in our head-to-head.
Let's go.
In our head-to-head quarter-final for fantasy. We just, whoever loses, we want to know a punishment. We need a punishment for the loser.
Yeah.
It's already punishment enough you're wearing the hat.
So comment below, whoever loses has to do with this punishment, alright?
I like that.
Also, next week we'll give an update on who was leading our NRL fantasy league.
Top 200, baby.
All I know is that I'm out.
What?
Top 200, baby.
What does the winner get again?
There's about four rounds to go, and the winner gets the jersey of their choice.
Yeah,
right.
The club choice.
Okay, look. be frank with me, boys. I'm sitting at about 170s, 180s.
That's pretty good overall.
You're nearly in delete app territory.
I hate all of you. I got a life, that's why. All right, as always,
That's us.
like, subscribe.
Peace
Thanks
out.
everyone. We love you. See you.